Hello everyone, thanks for joining me today on Tamper with the Plan. In this video we're going to be kind of talking about what I do with my extra pages from Happy Planner. And you can see I pretty much do what everybody else does, which just is use these expander discs to kind of get your pages on. And I do try to organize them, although not always. That doesn't always work out. For instance, this would be my extra teacher planner pages. And I have a few different planners in here. You can see the style change. Some of these pages are used from the fall. So that's what I was using for the fall. And this is the first planner. This one will go into May, or I guess probably July, right? Yeah, July. And then we come into the checklist, and that's how I know I'm going into a different teacher planner. But I really like this one. This one is from 2020 and 2021. This again is 21 and 2022, and I was going to use this for a while to track my sales on eBay. Then eBay fees just like got the best of me, and it just ended up not being worth it to sell for me personally, so I'm not doing that anymore. I have these pages as well, so that's another planner that basically I kind of abandoned, but I have all the pages here. So we'll go all the way now to June, July. Okay, so this is two only, I guess. Two teacher planner pages in here. So really fun, cute pages. I like the colors in these teacher planners. These are what I'm going to be grabbing when I try the teacher layout for my 2-page daily. I'm going to be grabbing from this section, I think. But I do have a couple intact teacher planners. So these two that I have not taken pages out of, when I haven't taken pages out of them, I keep them completely together. So this is again 2021, 2022. I'm pretty sure this was a Ross purchase. Yeah, you can tell by this goop here. So Ross always has teacher planners for like $5.99 or $8.99 on sale. I don't even know if they sell them anymore, but obviously I got this one in late 2021. And so I do have these as well. This one's pretty plain. So that's why I think when I try to use this as my 2-page daily, and let me just explain if you haven't seen my channel before, I'm using extra Happy Planner pages, just any. And I got this idea from Amy with Aim to Plan. She just uses her pages, whatever format she needs or whatever she needs. She does change formats according to what best works for her, but she uses her pages. I was looking at that idea and I was like, okay, these pages can still work for a 2-page daily, which is what I need. So when I do a 2-page daily, basically my timeline's always gonna be here on the right. I'm gonna have a weather section up here, cleaning section, and then I break this apart. These will be covered every time when I go to this format. And I'm not sure which format I'm gonna use for July. Right now I'm in the dashboard format and I really actually like it. This looks like it's gonna work really well too because I have the line. So this is gonna be a fine switch. But everything is a little different to alter. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about how I store my pages. So because this planner has not been used, it's completely intact, it is still together in the binding. And I really kept this one, even though it's super neutral, and I don't really like that, for some of the dividers. Really, really cute dividers. I mean, look at that, beautiful dividers. Kind of unique in a teacher planner. Sometimes they're like cutesy. You know, like even this is like a little cutesy, but some of these are just really pretty. So that's why I kept this teacher planner. And I also like the cover inside and out. So this is just gonna go back into a bin. So I'll show you that in a moment, but I put my planners according to their style. Like all teacher planners will be in the same bin together with some other planners because I don't have a lot of teacher planners. Well, I guess that's relative. I have at least, 4 right here. So this is another teacher planner. This one is from 2019, 2020. And this is where I'm talking about like kind of cutesy dividers. Actually, this one I think is really pretty, but, and that one's fine. Okay, some of these are really fine. Oh, I forgot this one's a little different. This one, it does have cute dividers. Yeah, different. The pages of the 2019-2020 teacher planners were all the same. So, and then I don't love the style of them. They're kind of like this chalkboard look, and then, chalk colors for there, and the rest is actually not plain. It has color in here, so I do like that. The reason I'm not loving this is gonna be a lot to cover up for a 2-page daily. but I do love the little polka dots. So, point is, this teacher planner has not been used at all, so it just stays together as a planner. So those two will go in my teacher planner bin, and this one will also go in my teacher planner bin, even though these pages have been used. And obviously not all of them, but like you may not have a whole month. Whichever pages are missing in here, there are some pages missing in this teacher planner. This teacher planner I like as well though, because you have a light green line, and whatever the color of the month is, you're gonna have like the light yellow or gold line. I like some color in my planners. So the point is, when I store planners that I'm not using the pages of. So for when I was using this planner, I think I was grabbing 3 months out at a time, and then the rest of the pages went on immediately onto these expander discs with these extra other teacher planner pages. So I was going to use both of these teacher planners in the fall. And I think I know I used this first one for a while as my household planner. Let's see where those are. And this is before I started decorating, yeah. So like clean the house. So yeah, these were like, this is for September, before I was really getting back into having separate planners. I just wrote a list of what I wanted to do for the day for the household type stuff. So I was using that for a little bit. So also most of September is used. I kept this because it could be an extra like notebook page later. This can be a notebook page later. And then I went into more neutral planners for fall in 2024, and actually on date, where the dates were correct. So then all these pages just went on here. So I have 2 partially used, hardly used actually, teacher planners on these big expander discs. And these were from Michaels. They were on a really good sale, $2.99 for a set of 11. I just grab a cover that I don't love and just put it on to protect the pages. So there's 2 teacher planners in here as storage. And again, they're gonna go in the same bin with these 2 teacher planners. I do alternate the discs here so they don't bump into each other and they sit nicer in the bin. And these are all gonna go in my teacher planner bin, which I'll show you again later. So I'm gonna set those aside. This is for later. Yeah, that's right there. So when we look at this, you can see this is really, really full. It's coming on the sides, and that's how you know it's a really full planner. You may have too many pages on there, but I've still left it. Sometimes the cover can pop off when it's this full. Just to mention real quickly, the other thing I do is I turn the planner inside out, the opposite side. I usually like this side of the cover better anyway, but it also shows me that this has been altered, if I can't tell, you know, from that. This planner just has memory keeping planners. I got a couple memory keeping planners back in 2020, maybe 2021. And these are undated memory keeping planners. This was the farmhouse one. And I had used some of the pages, some of the dividers, some of the pages when I was planning previously. So I was not filming all of that then. So I just popped these memory keeping pages on here. And then again, the way that you can tell that it's a memory keeping planner is you have some of these dot grids and some of these lines on the spread that just make it extra cute. And then you have these like prompts. These are like little mini currentlies inside your weeks. You have places for pictures on the backs. Here you have a picture of the week here. So that's just a memory keeping style planner. Love these moments. So these planners are actually I really like. I just got done using a memory keeping planner, an older one, a 2017 one, in my May planner section. So I'll just show it to you real quickly. It's a mess. This is the original cover of the memory keeper planner I used for May. You can see it's a mess, but it is a 2-page daily. So everything 2-page daily. This is all for Monday. And I did a timeline over here. I just used a cross, and then I just wrote across when I needed to. So it worked well enough for me. I actually really liked it in May until now when I started using the dashboard layout, which is much easier. Every memory keeping planner comes with this extra tab in the back. It doesn't have a month on the back. You can see every other tab has a monthly on the back. This one doesn't, and now you're gonna get into your memory pages. So this is like a memory kit. 30 days of gratefulness, happy days, vacation days, birthdays, best days, you know, cute pages for the memory keeping planner. Now for this next section, what I used to do is keep the original covers in here to separate the planners, even though they weren't complete. I stopped doing that because it really added a lot of bulk. So right now I just have a divider, just a different divider that doesn't go with this theme, and it also doesn't go with this upcoming theme. It's an old outdated divider. I think this is 2020, and that shows me that I'm going into a next planner. And this is again another memory keeping planner. This is the one that had the pink cover with the camera on the front. Super cute planner, and you have really colorful pages in here. So once again, just like the dot grids, the lines, the thankful fors, my top 5 favorite memories, pictures. You have like a little currently here, cute, and then favorite moments on the back. So anyway, we're not flipping through planners here, but these are just 2. This was also a seasonal planner, which is really beautiful. Look how fun those are. But this is just 2 memory keeping planners on the same discs, where I have used some of the pages. Not a lot. There's a lot of pages still left here. But you can see how that kind of goes in. Oh, so every month is, I didn't even notice this. Every month has different colors. Purple week, teal week, yellow week. Ooh. This red week and green week. Okay, nice. Well, we might circle back around to this exact planner to use as my 2-page daily, but until then, it's in here. So but yeah, just look at these fun dividers. All right, so that is memory keeping planner. And again, this is only, okay. So usually I do 2 planners tops in a planner, on a planner disc. The reason this one is so bulky is because I do have a 3rd planner back here, and I don't have a lot of vertical planners other than memory keeping planners because I just don't like a vertical layout, even though I got a few memory keeping planners, which by the way is just a vertical layout. I don't know, I got like seduced by these extra pages back here. Oh, and these extra pages I took out. So I have those. I'll show you where those are. I have those in my current planner. Anyway, really cute. Also, a lot of memory keeping planners have fun decorations. So that's it. Memory keeping planners. So I did have these extra pages, and I have used a couple of months out of here. The pages are missing. And this is the, what is this one? Year to Shine 2020 planner, happy planner. And I got 2 of these from Ross. So I have one fully used, and then this is the second one that I've used a couple of months out of. And again, it's a vertical layout. It has really cute color. I love color on my pages. Even though I do decorate heavily, I just still like to have the color. As long as it doesn't clash, and sometimes even if it does clash, if I just want to use certain stickers, you can see like we have March gone from here, we have April gone from here, May gone from here, we have June, okay, so June's here. So we're missing months from what I used for a while. And there was a time when all my planners were in storage except a few, and I was just kind of jumping around, basically making lists. And then I did go back to a notebook. But anyway, so this planner is a vertical planner, and the reason it's in here with the memory keeping planner is because memory keeping planner is a vertical planner, are vertical planners. And then these planners, look how cute this is. And then that planner was a vertical planner. So I don't even think I have other vertical planners, except I do have a couple more memory keeping planners. I'm pretty sure. So anyway, vertical basically layout all together here, separated by dividers, really thick on these discs. And the plan is to come in and use these for 2-page dailies sometime in the future, but you can see with all the pages that I have, 2-page dailies, this is just a side note, they take up 9 months of planner pages. It's still gonna take me a really long time to get through them. Okay, this is where to save. Talk about that in a moment. Now here is a mixed, are all these mixed? Yeah, so now I have a lot of mixed ones, and I'm gonna show you. These are kind of from the fall. Yeah, so I was using this in the fall. This is an hourly layout. It was an 18-month layout, so I had all the fall pages, and it does go into 2025. The reason I didn't keep using this, for one, I'm not using hourly. I'm now doing a 2-page daily. So even if I use these pages, let's just say, because this is what, June 2025? Yeah. So even if I use these pages right now, I would still be whiting everything out and then making this into a 2-page daily, making this into my timeline and these into my different sections like I showed you. And I'll also show you my current planner where it's a little easier to see how I plan. But basically I'm redoing my pages as 2-page daily. So none of this would stay. These hours wouldn't need to stay. And then I would just, you know, kind of use it like a notebook page and adjust it how I want. The reason I'm not using these pages is they are so plain and boring. And I really just didn't like them at all. Now that Happy Planner has, like, most of their pages are just this kind of, I know a lot of you gals like it, the neutral. It's just so neutral, you can add whatever, right? I was so frustrated in the fall because every time I opened my week, it was just so plain. So then I started decorating every planner, and I think I had 8 planners in the fall. So I started decorating 8 weekly spreads, and I was flipping around, and it was really making me crazy. So I don't like the neutral, and I also don't like having multiple planners to flip around to. I really want everything that I need to do for the day on Open Up on one spread. So that's how I plan. I turn it into one spread. Okay, so this is a separation to the next planner, and this is a teacher planner. I don't have room on those other discs to put this on, but I don't know if I might make these pages into notebook pages because they're so plain. I don't know if I want to plan on these pages. But I do love the Creative Ingrid dividers. They're so beautiful. This planner, the dividers, gorgeous. The thing about planner dividers is you really only look at them when you're putting them in. Maybe every now and then you see them, so you don't really see them that much. So the guts of the planner I don't really like, just really plain. But this is missing some pages because I did use it in the fall. I used it from September to December. Okay, next divider. So this is just a mixed one. And this is how I'm storing it for now, and I don't want to keep storing it like this. So this isn't going to stay like this. I just haven't sorted these pages yet. But I just get them on big expander discs and get them in together. The reason these are together like this now is because I was pulling from these still, and I thought I was going to go ahead and use them in January. So I thought I was going to come pull these pages for January and just have 8 planners is what I was thinking. And then they'd be currently dated, right? So I put all these together because they were my current planners that I was using. Extra pages. So that's how I store them. On big discs, I store them together. And I also kind of went with themes, so there's some extra paper back here. You see how I was using it in September? I was just writing lists. This became a cleaning planner. This took place of the teacher planner, I think. So anyway, so these 3 were together to pull pages from, and I kept this out somewhere where I could easily get to it. But now it's just mixed planners, and I will probably take the dividers I like, and we'll see what we'll do with the pages. You can make them into notebook pages because they are lined. So I can stick them in extra notebook pages. I don't know because I haven't had plain planners before this fall, and I don't like them at all. So we'll see. They might get donated or, you know, exchanged or something. But I will keep the dividers that I like. So this is also the same thing. This is also a fall planner. Is this upside down? So you see it has a couple of my teacher pages up here in front. Yeah. And then it goes into this really plain. Okay, so this is August, September, I don't know what it is. This is like a mix here for sure. We have this really plain dashboard layout, which when I see this, I have no desire to use it because it's so plain. But, okay, and then back here, I was using very quickly, I was using this hourly layout in September. And then I switched to the plain hourly layout for October. And that's on video. That's when I started filming again, is October. Okay, but we have the hourly layout here that I was using for a while. So again, just separated into different sections. Yeah, this is all hourly back here. Is it? Yeah. Kind of a mess. These are ones that I still need to flip through and do something with. So we will get to that. 2 more of these that are from the fall. Like I said, I had 8 planners in the fall, so I just put these extra pages on discs so that I could come and grab them when it was time to set up my new planners for the next month. So I was I wasn't keeping the whole year on the discs at the same time. I was keeping 3 months for a while. Then I think I went down to 1 month. I don't remember. This checklist, I like a checklist layout, but it's still so boring. Anyway, I want a colorful one, is what I'm saying. But the, again, Creative Ingrid dividers, beautiful. And then back here, I just had some extra notebook paper. Okay, so these were all my fall planners. You can see it's June, and I still haven't sorted them. And the reason is, I guess, I'm still trying to decide what to do with the pages. Okay, so here we go with a planner that I would actually like and use now. And that is, I would still have to redo all the dates, so it doesn't matter that it's, I guess I just wouldn't have to change 2025 because I like the color. So here we have color. I was using this planner, I think for my boys' school. No, what was I using it for? I don't remember. I was using that in the fall. So again, just random pages from what I was using in the fall that I was pulling from when I needed them. So what I would want to do if I'm keeping these pages, which again, they're so plain, I don't think I'm going to keep them. I will put them all together, like all dashboards together, all checklists together, all, you know, etc. This is a separation, and this is a 2020-2021 planner. It's a monthly planner. I love the color of this. Like, that is fun. Yep, I love it. So that's super cute. And so this is one of the planners I was using in the fall as well. And so I took a couple months out that I needed, and then I had my extra pages in here. So yeah, I like this one. So this would go in with some of my monthly layout pages. So I will get these sorted eventually, and I have 4 sets of discs right here, so I could just start rearranging. I'm not going to do that on camera because that will take forever, but I do think I'm going to do that. We'll just make this one the dashboard because it has a lot of dashboard in there, and because the Bambi was a dashboard, we'll just switch them around. So that's how I store my extra pages. But again, when I have a planner that hasn't been used, and I'm going to show you this with, this is a 2020 monthly layout, which was my favorite layout for a long time. But look at that, that's just, because I love this like monthly dashboard planning. It's like a monthly goals section. I love that. Did I use it? Not as much as I should. So this is what a monthly layout looks like. This is from 2020 when they still had color on their pages. So I really like this planner. So I didn't even touch it. It's totally how it came because I haven't used it yet. So basically, if it's a planner that I haven't used any pages out of and I still like, I haven't donated it, I keep it intact and I stick it in a monthly layout bin. And I have those cube shelves, and the cube shelves have bins, and then I will stick this in the monthly layout bin, which shares the teacher layout bin. So those share a bin. I'll show you that in a minute. These I still need to work through and get them separated. But once I get them separated, then they'll go in their coordinating bin. So the dashboard planner bin, checklist layout goes in a vertical, and the memory keeping planner bin. And I do have 6 bins of planners, 6 bins of planners that are older planners that I like and that I'm keeping. So for now, anyway, even though, and that is with a lot of planners already decluttered. So now for my current planner, and I'm only using a planner for the month of June. I have 1 month in here. This is my current planner. it is a dashboard layout. So you can see like just how nice the timeline is over here. There's no line in the middle like in a vertical layout, so I like that a lot. I didn't realize how much I liked it, but I like it a lot. And then I have my different sections. So it's a 2-page daily. This is all for Sunday. This is all for Monday, Tuesday, etc. So that's how I have this one set up. Here's a page that's not planned in yet. And then, you know, these pages aren't planned in yet. I do a weekly overview every week, and then I go right back into the next day. So Sunday, I do a Sunday start. This is both Monday, this is both Tuesday, etc. These are decorated a week ahead. Well, like more than a week ahead. So all the pages that I keep will eventually become a 2-page daily like this, where I have a timeline, my different sections, and I fill stuff in. And so for these extra pages, and again, because this is a whole month worth of just daily pages, every one of these is supposed to be a whole week, but I use it as a single day. So for June, I use 30 full spreads. No. 34 full spreads because I do a weekly overview. Here's the weekly overview. So this is a weekly overview. I leave this as a daily Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I have a weekly overview, and then I have 7 days of pages. So for June, I have 34 weekly spreads, which ends up being 8.5 months of pages that I'm using just for June. So now this dashboard layout was actually 18 months. So now I'll only have 9.5 months left of this exact dashboard layout to use next time. So it goes through my pages pretty quickly. Although I still have a lot of pages, so it's gonna be a while before I get through everything. Okay, and then these extra pages, like I said, for this month, in case I miscounted or I messed up a page or something, are just in here. And I kept the cover and the disc for my actual June planner. And when I do that, I just stick the extra pages on different discs and grab a different cover to protect it, and then stick the pages on here. So that is how I store my extra pages. Now let's get to one more thing I want to talk about. And that's how I store my extra covers. Well, let's talk about how I store my extra discs. And right now, they're just in a basket here. And some of them are zip tied to their same color. I need to go through and do that for all of them. You know, or some that came on a planner, even though they're multicolor, are zip tied together. But there's a bunch in there that I still need to kind of go through. But this is where I keep my discs. So I will eventually zip tie like with light colors and get them ready to just grab and use. And then my covers, I just have here on extra, and I use metal discs. I could have used expanders, but this is pretty close. These are just extra covers. And then when I want to change my cover for the month, like I really think I'm going to use this cover in the fall. I have this adorable apple cover, probably for September's month. So I can just come in here and grab a cover that I think is cute for whatever month that I'm working with. And these covers are old, they're scratched, some of them, but they still look really cute for the monthly planner. Yeah. So that's how I store my extra covers. And just like that, it is also how I store my extra dividers, which are on here. So my extra dividers, I have my non-dated divider up here, and then I just go through the month, all the Januaries. And these are dividers that I pulled out of planners that I like. I like the divider, and yeah, so all the Februaries, March, etc. It goes all the way down to December. Just dividers that I like. I use these for notebooks. I use them sometimes for my monthly planner. Just cute dividers that I like. So this is pretty full. So hopefully I don't like any more. Or I'm gonna have to get a second set of discs and just put some more dividers on there. So covers on discs all together. Extra dividers on discs, all in order of the month that they are from. pages usually organized according to layout. But again, in the fall, I just added pages to these discs to kind of be able to grab and reuse. But then I stopped using 8 planners, thank goodness. And now I have my 1 2-page daily planner. Okay, so that was kind of a long video, but I just wanted to show you what I do with my extra pages. And soon these will be organized into groups as well and then stored in their respective bin. So this is my cube storage bin shelf, and you can see I've been grabbing some things out of there. My desk is right there where we were just filming what I do with my extra pages. This, for instance, is my teacher and dashboard bin. So now all those pages are going to go back into there. 6 of these have planners in them, and they are organized with like planners. I also wrote just like a list to put on top of every bin. Right now this one's low because I took those out to show you guys. But I have a list of everything that I have in here so that I can grab the page and just look. So this is dashboard, teacher planners, and some mixed planners. So that is how I use and store my Happy Planner extra pages. And I did do a really quick, because I'm decluttering this year. If you've been watching my videos, you know that I'm really trying to focus on decluttering. I did do a quick declutter of my planners, but I will have to do a secondary, maybe a third decluttering planner focus. So we'll see how that goes, because this is really too many planners. It will probably take me years to use all these planners, which is fine, but I don't know that I'm going to be keeping everything. So we can talk about that more in a different video. But how do you store your pages? That's what I want to know. Let me know in the comments below how you store your pages, if you store them like this or some other clever way. Well, that's it for this video. Check back for some of my other videos coming up. And if you didn't hear my tragic hard drive story, my hard drive totally got fried. My husband is trying to recover it. It's going to take days and days to recover it. I lost a lot of video footage. I hope some of it can be saved. Thanks so much for joining me today on Tamara Wrote the Plan. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.